When you were 7 years old, one summer felt like it would never end. The mornings seemed endless. The afternoons stretched forever. Waiting a single week for your birthday felt impossible. Now, years pass before you even notice. January becomes December almost overnight. Birthdays arrive faster than expected. Memories begin to blur together. What changed? Did time itself speed up? Or did something inside your mind quietly change without you realizing it? Scientists have spent decades trying to answer that question. The surprising answer is that your clock never changed. Your brain did. Every second still lasts exactly 1 second. The Earth still takes roughly 365 days to orbit the Sun. Nothing about the universe suddenly becomes faster when you grow older. Yet millions of people describe exactly the same feeling. Life seems to accelerate. Psychologists call this the perception of time. It is one of the strangest illusions your brain creates. Unlike a stopwatch, your brain does not measure time directly. Instead, it measures experiences. Every memory becomes a marker. The more markers your brain creates, the longer a period feels when you remember it later. Imagine walking through a forest you've never seen before. Every tree is different. Every sound catches your attention. Every smell feels new. Your brain records everything. Now, imagine walking through your own neighborhood for the 1,000th time. You barely notice the streets. You hardly look at the buildings. Your brain skips most of the details. Both walks might take exactly 20 minutes, but one feels much longer than the other. Novelty changes your perception of time. This idea has been explored by researchers like David Eagleman, who studies how the brain experiences reality. His work suggests that unfamiliar experiences create richer memories. More memories make periods seem longer when you look back. Children experience novelty almost every day. Everything is new. The first day of school, the first bicycle ride, the first movie in a theater, the first snowfall, the first time staying awake past bedtime. Their brains are constantly building new connections. Those memories become packed with detail. Adults are different. Most mornings follow the same routine. Wake up, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, go to work or school, return home, repeat. Your brain becomes incredibly efficient. Efficiency saves energy. But it comes with a hidden cost. When experiences become predictable, your brain records fewer details. Weeks begin to blend together. Months become difficult to separate. Years start feeling shorter. Have you ever driven somewhere and barely remembered the journey? You arrive safely, but you cannot recall most of the trip. Psychologists call this automatic processing. Your brain takes over. It stops paying close attention because it already knows what to expect. Time quietly slips past unnoticed. This doesn't mean your memories are disappearing. It means your brain is becoming selective. It stores what matters most. Another explanation comes from mathematics. Imagine that 1 year means something different depending on your age. When you are 5 years old, 1 year is 20% of your entire life. That is enormous. When you are 50 years old, 1 year is only 2% of your life. Relatively speaking, each year becomes a smaller piece of the whole. Some psychologists believe this proportional effect contributes to the feeling that life speeds up with age. The idea remains debated, but many people recognize the pattern instantly. There is another piece of the puzzle: emotion, fear, wonder, excitement, love. These powerful emotions slow your perception in surprising ways. Think about the first time you stood at the edge of the ocean, or looked down from a mountain, or heard life-changing news. Moments like these become deeply engraved in memory. They seem larger than life. Sometimes they even feel longer than they really were. Why? Because your brain pays extraordinary attention during emotional moments. It records more information. More information creates richer memories. And richer memories stretch your sense of time. This is why many older people encourage younger generations to try new things. Learn a new language. Read books outside your favorite genre. Meet people with different lives. Start a hobby that feels difficult. Your brain loves novelty. Every new experience forces it to pay attention again. That attention creates stronger memories, and stronger memories make life feel fuller. Researchers have also discovered something interesting about routine. Routine is useful. It reduces stress. It helps us make thousands of decisions without becoming exhausted. But too much routine can quietly compress entire months into what feels like a few days. The days are not actually shorter. They simply leave fewer memorable footprints behind. Think about your last vacation. Even if it lasted only 1 week, it may feel surprisingly long when you remember it. Now think about the month before that vacation. Can you remember every day? Probably not. The difference is not the calendar. It is the number of memorable moments your brain decided to keep. Psychologist William James wrote more than a century ago that our sense of time depends on the richness of our experiences. Modern neuroscience continues to support many parts of that idea. Memory and time are deeply connected. Without memory, time loses its shape. This connection becomes even clearer during childhood. Children ask endless questions. Why is the sky blue? Why do birds fly? Why do leaves fall? Curiosity fills each day with discoveries. Every answer creates another memory. As adults, we often stop asking those questions, not because there are fewer mysteries, but because we assume we already know enough. The world has not become less interesting. We have simply stopped noticing how extraordinary it is. Look closely at an ordinary leaf. Millions of cells work together without a single conscious command. Watch rain fall on a window. Every drop follows the laws of physics with astonishing precision. Listen to your own heartbeat. It has likely been beating continuously since before you were born. The ordinary is often the most extraordinary thing of all. Perhaps that is the real secret. Perhaps your memories were becoming quieter. The clock never betrayed you. It simply kept ticking. The real question is whether you were awake enough to hear it.